Three dimensions is tough, like bare knuckle brawl tough. What, you're telling me I can't go two directions anymore? Now I gotta go left, right, forward, back, fucking diagonal? This shit's nuts. Remember all those 2D games? Well, throw them out. Toss that shit like a wet banana peel, cause Bubsy just went 3D, people. We have to prioritize here. But the 90s was cool, right? Right? Seriously, I don't know. But you know what was even cooler? Polygons. I'm talking some serious graphics here. Technology was moving in a direction that blew people's minds back in the day, but the advancement of technology came with a few hiccups. The jump from developing 2D to 3D games was like diving into a cold-ass pool. It was weird. It took some time to get used to. But you know what? Nintendo went in, took a fat piss, and it wasn't so cold anymore. Because while developers were churning mediocre 3D games out the metaphorical wazoo, Mario started breakdancing all over their shit. Nintendo's first 3D platform game, and they made it look easy. Mario 64 was the messiah of 3 dimensions, and a couple years later, they made another one. Hey you Pikachu.
Look at this guy, he's fucking adorable. You can just squeeze this guy.
Ocarina of Time. Do I even gotta say it? Do I even gotta say it? Because I'm saying it. This is a classic. This is the kind of game you look at and say, well, Sucks is cool and all, but have you ever played Zelda in 3 dimensions? I mean, look around you, take in the air, smell the daisies, because this looks like shit. But you know what, this ain't about the graphics, people. You want graphics? Go grab a 3DS, get out of my sight. This is about taking the Zelda formula to the next level, because taking that next step is confusing. Mario went from a side-scrolling course-clear game to an expansive collectathon. Metroid turned into a first-person shooter, and Sonic started smoking crack and said, hey, fuck it. Taking A Link to the Past and giving it that N64 flair, it didn't sound so bad. I mean, the formula was more or less lifted pretty seamlessly into that 3D space. You still explored Hyrule, still solved puzzles, went some dungeons, got a medallion, saved and made the same shit. But Ocarina was grand. It was like adventure knocked you on your ass and kept swinging. It was the first Zelda with a hard-hitting story, with fleshed out memorable side characters like the sages. Freaking Sheik! Sheik was only ever in this game, and he's like one of the most memorable characters in Zelda. He's also a girl. Different plot lines, cutscenes for God's sake. This was a long way from the Super Nintendo, but it was still Zelda. It was still this incredible world with so much to explore, new faces to meet, like yeah, we don't talk about them, but things like the Kokiri, Goron, Zora, sexy desert ladies, locales like Lake Hylia, Death Mountain, Gerudo Valley, Lon Lon Ranch, they really made you feel like you were on a road trip across the world, and there were more secrets than you could shake a Master Sword at. Any old tree or rock could give you more than you bargained for. I mean, you could pull some graves in a cemetery and find this really cool shield, or find a hole in the ground with a cow. Motherfucker! But Ocarina was different. It had something special that really cemented its place in history as a true gaming classic. Puberty. Link to the Past had a very similar mechanic to the time travel we got in Ocarina. You went in between the light and dark world. It was pretty neat. But Ocarina really nailed going from, oh, everything's so bright and happy, to
Literally everyone is dead.
But get this, you could go back and forth through time. Tired of redeads getting you down? Are you a horrified 10-year-old boy trapped in a 17-year-old's body? Well, you're in luck. Just put away that Master Sword and re-experience the joys of picking your nose without judgment. Time travel just made sense. It was the perfect way to interact with this new 3D world, and there were so many time travel shenanigans. You could plant some seeds, go through time, and look, you made a little bean thing. I mean, you could learn a song that fucked up this dude's life, go back in time, and proceed to fuck up his life for your own benefit. And it was all thanks to this little dude, the Ocarina of Time. It was so goddamn useful. There was a song to play for any situation. Hate fighting skeletons? Boom, it's daytime. Teleport? You bet your ass you can. Make it rain, open up this waterfall, call your horse, god damn it. Make this fat piece of shit dance his ass off? It's fun, and that's what I love about this game. It's extremely hard not to have fun playing it. But I mean, it ain't impossible. But what's that, you ask? What problem could I have with the highest rated game of all time? Well, Link kind of controls like a tough, like stick that you're trying to break, but it just won't budge.
And when it does break, it breaks from the left end, not the middle, so there's no symmetry, and you're just really pissed off.
I don't know, something like that. Link's movements are really rigid. He moves too straight, almost like he's locked in certain awkward directions. And it's weird because Mario controls so smoothly in 64. You see that perilous walkway right there? If you were Mario, you could safely walk across that like 9 out of 10 times. But with Link, it's more like... Man, fuck this game. With slightly odd movements like that, it'd feel a little weird fighting off enemies. So Nintendo created Z-targeting, a way to lock onto your opponents without losing focus. Z-targeting was a smart addition. It smoothed up the gameplay for sure. But holy shit, does it have its problems. Since it takes the focus from maneuvering to attacking, you're way less aware of your surroundings. And when you're fighting off more than one enemy, forget about it. It takes away everything from the environment and focuses purely on your fight with one enemy, the one you're targeting. But it's not horrible. It does its job. And it's fun to do a backflip, jump around shit. But it's sorta at odds with all the puzzle solving and exploring you're gonna do in all them dungeons. Speaking of dungeons, there's a baker's dozen of them laid out through the game, all ranging from, oh this is a cute little dungeon, to, oh my god, what the fuck am I doing with my life, I have been here for several hours. It's all your typical stuff. Solve some puzzles, find some keys, fight some dudes, get a new item, fight a boss, it's Zelda. Do I gotta spell out for you? It's fucking Zelda. But the dungeons in Ocarina are pretty gosh dang creative. Plenty of gimmicks to go around. Some work, some don't, but the cool ones really stand out. You could explore a haunted temple, navigate the insides of a giant fish, or a creepy old well deep underground. But since they're the main way of advancing the story, it's up to you to beat that boss, to save all these damn sages, and get the thing. Was it a medal? Oh, it looks pretty shiny. Wonder how much it's worth. Man, fuck you. But the thing that really sells with the dungeons in Ocarina is their atmosphere. Nintendo knew how to lay out an area that completely isolated you. You were alone, fending off monsters, scratching your brains trying to figure out that last stupid puzzle. Right from the get-go, the Deku Tree dungeon showed you how lonely, disturbing, and ominous these areas were gonna be. They're dark and frustrating. I feel like they're literally designed to drain your energy over a 2-hour period of time. But once you memorize every nook and cranny, get to the end, and finally beat that boss, it's satisfying as hell. And that's a huge part of Zelda, right? Taking on these larger-than-life creatures, risking life and limb. The bosses in Ocarina are all so iconic. Besides, like, those three. Those are pretty lame. Phantom Ganon, Twin Rova, Volvagna. There's a boss that tries to beat you to death on a giant fucking bongo. They were all pretty easy to figure out. You just had to find a way to use that new dungeon item, beat the ever-living shit out of them. But they were all fun. And I sort of saw the fights as rewards for spending so much time in those damn dungeons. Trying to left and right and up and down was confusing.
Just want to bash the dragon's head in.
But all this talk about big bads and I'm forgetting the biggest bad of bads.
Ganondorf.
This guy might be the most perfect asshole you could imagine. He slithers his way under the king's good side, torments the different villages for their spiritual stones, just so he can get access to the Sacred Realm and collect the Triforce. So little Zelda hatches a plan and tells you to get the spiritual stones to keep them from Ganon. But after he chases her off, he meets you, laughs in your face, one-shots you like a scrub, and just dips. And when you finally open the Sacred Realm, when you finally pull the Master Sword, this dickwad shows up and takes everything for himself. You did his work for him, and he keeps laughing in your face. He takes over the world, and now you have to pick up the pieces in this post-apocalyptic future. But through all the darkness, through all the trials and tribulations, you keep pushing forward. Because of all the things you've done, colorful faces you've met, the world you've traveled across, and because you're the hero of time, goddammit, it's what you do. And nothing says hero of time like this masterpiece of a soundtrack. Koji Kondo's score on Ocarina of Time is it's timeless. You got the Hyrule Field music that's just screaming adventure in your stupid little face. The weird dungeon ambience, the odd sound or instrument that makes these areas that much creepier. Then you got the classics, like Fairy's Fountain. Music perfect for meeting giant fairy ladies with
Big old pointy bazoingas.
Yeah, I know it wasn't Link to the Past, so what? It's a classic. But do you really want to jam? Like really dance your fucking pants off? Well, how about a little bit of this?
Or maybe a little bit of that.
Oh!
That's that spicy shit.
Koji Kondo is a genius, alright? He's a certified goddamn genius. The way he implemented his music into this game is just another reason it's so damn memorable. But you wanna know my favorite use of music in this game? Well, it's at the end. Ganondorf shows up, snatches Zelda, and now you have to make it through what you've been preparing the whole game for. Ganon's Castle. You go through all these different sections harkening back to everything you've done in the game, as the sages each help you out, adding on to your power. You scale this huge ass tower, fighting waves of all these enemies, all while this evil organ plays in the background. And as you go further and further up this tower, walking through this twisting staircase, it gets louder and louder, until finally, it's this asshole. The maniacal, grinning shit was so ready for this fight that he bumped his own fucking theme song all the way through his castle, waiting for you. But you're stronger now, and it's time to finally smack that smirk right off his fucking big ass nose. He challenges you to the old game of energy tennis. You use those nifty light arrows and slice and dice. Ugh, so goddamn satisfying. But just when he thought it was over, the man revives himself with the power of his Triforce piece and turns into a humongous demon pig thing. And you still wreck his shit. You know why? 'Cause you're the shit. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times again. It's classic. The build-up, the fight, the final strike, it's what made sure Ocarina of Time would forever be seen as the real deal. By the time you save the kingdom, by the time you see these people singing and dancing, having a friggin' grand old time, you're left with an experience that you couldn't forget if you tried to. As a game, Ocarina will stand above the rest. That's just how it's been. It's how it's always gonna be. Does it deserve to? Well, that's a whole other question. Because yeah, it's got a bunch of flaws. And yeah, it's not perfect. But you can't look me in the eye and say the impact of this game wasn't felt across decades of gamingdom. And no, it's not because Metacritic gave it a 99. It's not because your nostalgia-blinded friend says it's the greatest game of all time, either. It's because it brought us into Hyrule. It let us live out a life we could only dream of while trying to figure out how the fuck Long Division worked. And if you didn't spend your childhood with this game, you could see the love poured into it. The care that's endured over 20 years. Minigames, races, dicking around and capturing ghosts in bottles, fishing, seeing things like the big Goron sword, that weird-ass owl, the big old Goron, having an intense one-on-one duel with Dark Link. There was never a moment in Ocarina that didn't want to grab your attention. It wanted you to craft your own adventure. It wanted you to become the hero. And that's why, after all these years, I think I can say,
It was pretty good.